Good morning. It is Sunday Funday, and I thought I would take a little tour of the garden with you since it's been a hot minute. First, just a little update on the bougainvillea outside the kitchen window. It's bougainvillea-ing. Isn't that great? So beautiful. Loving that. All right, let's head outside. You guys know that we just wrapped up in Culver City. Oh, Bentley, getting a drink, buddy? Okay. We just wrapped up in Culver City, and in just a few minutes, Greg and I are heading to the airport to fly to the ranch. I know we were there not that long ago. It's been a couple of months, but boy, are we excited for a little R&R. The garden has held up very nicely. I have a few things to share that are new since I last saw you. One, did we see this? And forgive me if I did show you this. It's a blur. But this little variegated rainbow burst, Echinopsis, I know the pot's way too big, but I needed to get it in one ASAP, so I just did. Oh my goodness, sorry, Bentley. God. It's getting ready to bloom, and I thought this is either variegated or it's dying. Let's roll the dice and see. So far, so good. It's getting ready to throw off a flower. It's not mushy. It looks good. So everything in the little cactus garden is looking great. The Petalanthus bracteatus is finally starting to leaf out just a little bit. And my collectible table, I finally did it. I got some little cactus from Oasis, and I planted out my little concrete rectangle planters. That was such a hot mess. I'm really happy with that. I'll show you the other one when we get to it. But yeah, the little collectible table's looking good. It's August, and it's been not, like hot, but it's been fairly warm. And some of my plants are not looking their best, like my sedums and a lot of my echeveria are looking rough. Remember, if you have mammillarias, be careful. Do not get any water on them. They're very sensitive to rot. And this summer would not be the time. Okay, yeah, over here, this little area is holding up nicely. The milii has just not disappointed. Remember last year when I put the garden in August? We've been here almost a year. We're coming up on or I guess we are celebrating our 1 year. My milii were struggling, and I was so concerned about them, but they are doing great. This little mammillaria is starting to throw off some babies. It's going to be really interesting to see what this thing does. I have no idea. I love it. And look at my silver fox, mangave. Look at those beautiful babies. Okay, moving around. Yeah, there's a lot of detritus. Mom's been gone, and I haven't obviously been here to clean up. I'm going to have Miguel come over while we're gone and do some maintenance and watering for me. This is just giving me life. I just love this little, I really want to move this pot and all where it can be appreciated, because it's just kind of hidden over here in the corner, but it's also really happy in the corner, and I don't want to upset it. So maybe this fall I'll move it where I can see it and enjoy it more. Yeah, see, kind of a hot mess over here. Sort of losing its luster. But I do not want to get after any of these leggy plants and reset them at this time of year. I'm going to hold on and wait until the weather cools before I do any heavy lifting. My aloe ferox is, well, I mean, it just doesn't seem to be growing very fast, which is fine, because some of these get massive, and I'm not really here for that. But yeah, I guess it has grown, and it's pointing west, which I think is adorable. It's really pulling for the way the sun sets. So many plants will follow the energy. And this euphorbia has been very, very interesting. I put it in this pot when we moved in. You know, these type of euphorbia can get huge. And I absolutely did not want to put this in the ground because of that. I didn't want to risk it, you know, taking over. Well, not that it would, because I'd be on it before it did. But you know, if I didn't have to mess with it, that would be best. And it's really interesting, and it has grown very, very slowly, throwing off little arms. So I'm really pleased about that. It's starting to get a little top heavy. So at some point I might have to do some work on it. I might have to dig it out, cut it up, and reset it. We'll see. I know some of you just cringed. Sorry about that. And the crest, you know, I really think it's on its way out. We'll give it, you know, we'll let it see what it does throughout the summer, give it into the fall, wait for it to wake up from dormancy, and if it isn't looking 100, that tired piece, I'm getting rid of it, and I will just support the piece that is not tired next door. And the Portulacaria afrovariegata, I am slowly starting to pull these out and putting in Ruchia instead, because this is a small space, and you know, I have so many intricate details with all my shells and different rocks and fiberglass and whatnot. And yeah, I mean, I just don't want this Portulacaria to take over. So what in the world is under that? What is that, guys? Is that a lithop under there? I think it is. Oh my gosh, it is. Look at that. It's a living stone. I don't understand. I don't remember planning that, but there it is. And it's looking pretty good. How weird. Huh. Wow, okay, well, tuck that back in. You just stay there and stay safe, and I'll deal with you when I get back from the ranch. Okay, moving on. Look who has given birth. My booby cactus. Look at this. This baby. Isn't that so cute? It's just the plant is heavy and it keeps wanting to push back, and I want to make sure this guy has enough room and doesn't get pushed up against the edge of the pot. But isn't that neat? And then I think this is little nipple here. I think that's going to be another growth as well. I couldn't be more thrilled. Right? Isn't that so cool? Yep. Okay, and then my mission to Mars, woo-wee, is really starting to get big. And it's gorgeous, but at some point decisions will have to be made about it, because it could conceivably double in size. And then it'll bloom out. So, I don't know. I guess I could rework this entire area. I could move the Talavera pot with the crest in it over, closer to the Aeonium crest. I could pull out this filler Crassula silver dollar and shove this guy back to give it more room. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do this fall. That'll be pretty. And the Aluaudia procera. Look at that. The bloom's about done. But what a show it put on. And it is just happy, happy, happy. Also pulling for the energy of West, which is interesting. My Crassula argentea sunset. Remember that video I did a while back where I laced it or bonsai'd it? It was really green then, and I knew its potential though. Isn't the color just so beautiful? It does need to be opened up and laced out a little bit too. I really want to see and appreciate the branches and the trunking. But it's another thing, to-do list, right? Kind of run a mucky through here. My aloe distans, or T-Rex, I'm not sure which, has a bloom stalk that needs to be removed because it's done. Look at this gorgeous creature that I got from Al Klein at Botanic Wonders. Isn't that so stunning? And my very, very beautiful rubra is so incredibly happy here, where it gets plenty of light and air circulation. There's no crowding. This plant is a little sensitive and can get mealybug pretty easily, but it's really happy here. I also give it a blast with the hose once in a while. That scarring that you see is just sunburn. And you know what? I think it adds character. I kind of dig it. More portulacaria that needs to be removed. Oh, here's one of the newer editions of Ruchia that I popped in. See, it's just, if I can grow it, you know, if it'll survive, because it can also be kind of a diva, it's just smaller. And that's what I need. I need less of a in-your-face impact. I've got a Talavera ball in here. You'd never know it. So yeah, I'm, you know, as I look, look at my Ramosissima. It's getting so big. It's gorgeous. And I got a little Myrtillo cactus down there that's completely hidden. Yep. Well, you know, it has been a year, right? The agave variegata, she is happy, and she is my pride and joy. Oh, gosh. I just wish you would throw me off some pups, because eventually she will also bloom out. And I really, really want a pup from her. She's the most beautiful attenuata variegata I've ever seen. Run amok, run amok, run amok. Oh, here's another one of my little cactus pods. How cute is that? Love it. And all my little collectibles are doing, Bentley, are doing, okay, yeah, move please, come on, are doing fairly well. The grandkids hit this one with the hose by accident a few weeks ago, and it is struggling, but it is, I thought I was losing it, but you know, I don't know, I think it's going to be okay. You know, see the brown and the yellow. But we'll give it some time. We'll see what happens. This is pretty right through here. I like that. And of course, my Pachypodium Lemerii crest. Love. My sea dragon. Crazy. Euphorbia snowflake. My clam is going to need reworked this fall for sure. Some of those plants in there are struggling. Okay, moving on, moving on, moving on. Ooh, another silver fox. Looking good. And this variegated Euphorbia millii, I popped some Fred Ives cuttings in the bottom of it just kind of because it's a nursery situation. And also I was kind of trying to prop it up because it really is pulling the wrong way. I mean, it looks okay from here, but over here, you know, it's lopsided. So that also needs some intervention. When I get back, ooh, look, I got me another golf ball. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. My Gymnocalacium. Love this plant so much. The pride of Bikini Bottom. The grandkids were here playing with SpongeBob. So all the things are kind of messed up, which is cute. And my, wow. Look at my Aloe tongaensis. It's really taken off. It kind of just sat here the first 10 months. And over the last couple months, it's doubled in size. So that makes me extremely happy too. And then I took out that Titanota. It was getting way too big. Oh, look at my tough guy. He's so tough, isn't he? Hey, tough guy. Barking at the golfers. But I took out the Titanota. It was getting too big and it's too scary. And I brought a cutting from Pasadena of this Aloe rubra violacea. I don't know, guys. It's not looking great. A lot of discoloration on the leaves. I hope it makes it. And then I popped some little tiger jaws in here. Tiger jaws. This is a great plant. it is tough. So if you've got a really hot spot in your yard and you're looking for something tough, get some of these. All right. Yeah, you know, I mean, the sedums, not great. Over here, my little favorite area is also starting to lose its intention. You can hardly see the flagstone above the Crassula undulata. Oh, well, you know, I had a year, right? But I'm gonna have to do a lot when I get back from the ranch. Good grief. And the chair is looking tired. That's just heat. Oh my goodness. Cool, cool. Everything over here looks pretty good. I'm really happy my snow leopard cuttings. I took the big mom out and put it into an installation and planted the pups. And I'm really happy with how they've colored up. They look great. And my Echeveria elegans for the W. Look at that. The Mexican snowball. This is one that I struggle with here in San Diego. My son grows them beautifully up in Los Angeles, which is where I got these little plants. And underneath the shade of this Tongaensis, they really seem to be thriving. Makes me very, very happy. And my Agave Victoria compacta, looking great. My agavoides are struggling. Not real big fans of the heat, and they're a little desiccated. I'm a little concerned, but not freaked out. Look at that Harmsii ruby slipper that I popped in right there. And another Ruchia. Oh. Then my spiral. Remember when I moved and I didn't realize the plant was directional and it started spinning the opposite direction? And I didn't freak out because I thought, well, that'll just, you know, remind me of how far we've come. So the tight little turns down at the bottom predate Vista, and all of this new growth up top from here up post-date. So in the last year, she's doubled. She's got a beautiful baby. Look at my little Portulacaria. Isn't that the cutest thing ever? And then my mellow cactus that I adore. Another beautiful mammy from Brandon at Desert Theater. Another agave. And this pot. Just going, you can't even see the pot. I mean, there is literally a tall orange pot under that mess of plants. Happy, happy, happy. The lemon tree is doing its thing. Very happy. I'm pleased, thrilled to report the lemon tree is back, right? Look at that. Loaded with lemons. And then my Sedum Vera Jameson that has survived every transplant. It's a seasonal here. It comes out every summer and it gets beautiful hot pink flowers. It's been in this pot for eons, and it dies back and comes back. And that's another thing, all of you East Coasters are like, but you have to understand, here in the land of no seasons, that kind of thing is not typical. When something dies here, it's gone. It doesn't make a comeback. And look at these little cutie patooties underneath this. Beautiful. Now this mangave, it bloomed out, I think, didn't it? Well, I guess it didn't. If it did, you would be able to see it. I guess it was this one. I don't know. Good grief. I was going to make a point that don't despair when your mangaves bloom. Like, see, the flower's not a nothing burger, but the plant typically always regenerates these smaller varieties, and just throw off more and more pups. So this right now, I'm loving this look. That blue atoll under there, and that gorgeous mangave. But again, pretty soon it's going to outgrow the space. Decisions are going to have to be made. Okay, all right. Grapefruit tree. I had some little baby grapefruits on it this spring, and they fell off. I don't know if the plant just didn't think it could support the weight of the fruit or what, but I'm not going to quit on it. You know, if nothing else, I have this ridiculous stand of ghosties, which is just insane. Really starting to purple. Turn very purple too as the weather starts to get hotter and it starts to stress. Oh, and I found some imbricatas at Oasis. It's one of my favorite succulents. Isn't that gorgeous? So I popped those in. Look how similar they are to Blue Atoll. There's Blue Atoll and there's imbricata. So the Blue Atoll has a little pointier leaf. The imbricata is rounder. And they're both stunning plants, but I've always had a heart for this one, and I really hope she does well right there. Okay, well, that's about all I got for you. I'm going to miss you guys when I'm up at the ranch, and if something extremely interesting happens, I'll be sure and reach out and share it with you. Meanwhile, everybody stay cool. Remember, in lieu, if when in doubt, don't water in the summer, provide shade, if at all possible. This has been Laura Eubanks and Bentley the Succulent Dog, reporting from my garden in August on Sunday Funday with your succulent tip of the day. Bye, guys.